good morning and welcome to Dateline Abuja, your #1 general magazine TV program here on AIT. I'm Hawa Momo. Welcome. In April 2014, 276 girls were abducted in the northeast Nigerian town of Chibok by the militant Islamist group Boko Haram. And this abduction came as this militant Islamist group was growing in strength and capturing territories. Well, it's been over 3 years since the abduction of the 276 Chibok girls. And so far, a good number of these girls have been rescued. And just weeks back, about 82 of the abducted girls were freed in exchange for Boko Haram members. Well, the question in the minds of Nigerians is how far the government is willing to go to rescue the remaining girls in captivity. We went into the streets to get mixed reactions from residents of Abuja. Let's take a listen.
Segment of Dateline Abuja, and today on the streets we're going to be finding out from Nigerians what they think the government should do about the return of these Chibok girls, the need for proper health care and empowerment. My name is Brenda Shima. Join me as we go into the streets.
I want to thank the President, in person of President Muhammad Buhari, for the good effort which he and the military have put in place to secure the release of the Chibok girls that were recently released, and more so, I think it will be wise for a good platform to be created for those children to be well taken care of, because I seriously believe that they must be traumatized. Viewing from what they must have passed through in captivities. Only God knows what they have really passed through while they were still in the hands of their captives rather. But I think what the government needs to do is to probably put more effort to see that they secure the release of the remaining Chibok girls. Thank you.
The life of every Nigerian does matter, as he or she is a prospective president of this country. As far as I'm concerned, the government should give priority first and foremost to their psychological recovery. There must be a form of a routine thing to be able to bring them back and reconcile them with society psychologically. And after that, I think proper assessment of their health status be done, so that the appropriate things as it affects their health be taken care of. However, as for empowerment, first and foremost, we must be sure that they take their WAEC again, because you agree with me, with our system of education, we will not be able to do much for them if they are not educated. And so I think that it should be an issue of priority. First and foremost, get their WAEC registration done for them to rewrite again, and then the government should be able to give them scholarship for having taken that much pain for the nation, and it is sacrifice they have made on their own part to have kept faith with the nation to this point. I think we should commend them for that.
That they are back in the normal society. That 3 years, that 2 years they have been gone, they need to be rehabilitated psychologically. Now, when they are corrected psychologically, they are now be asking them individually what do they want. Individual choices are different. Some may decided to go to school, some may decided they want to learn work, some may decided that they want to marry. It's not left for government to choose, but psychologically all of them need to be trained, and they need to be treated in that way.
Well, to discuss this furthermore, I have with me here in the studio Bring Back Our Girls spokesperson and the chairperson of the Bring Back Our Girls campaign here in the Federal Capital City, Abuja. Okay, my guest today on Dateline Abuja, talking about the return of the Chibok girls and proper empowerment and healthcare service for them. We have Aiasha Yesufu. She's the chairperson on Bring Back Our Girls campaign. You're welcome to Dateline Abuja.
Thank you for having me.
And we also have Sesugh Akume. I got that right?
Indeed.
Yes. He's also the spokesperson for Bring Back Our Girls campaign here on Dateline Abuja. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, first things, there have been mixed reactions on the Chibok girls. I'm sure it went viral, especially on Facebook. That especially when the pictures and videos were released, and people were like, no, there's nothing like this. These people don't look like people who have been kidnapped or anything that's gone wrong with them. Do you have anything to say about that first?
Well, we have quite a lot to say about that. Let's first of all remember when 21 were rescued. The first videos that we had, when they were just brought in, I think they hadn't baited, they hadn't done anything, and they looked so haggard, and you could see how horrible those pictures looked, the way they were. And then the few pictures we had later, when they had gone to church and they had met with their families, and you could see that they were different. So imagine if we had that picture without having the one we had first. We would probably say that, oh, they look so well.
Yes.
So I think basically that's what happened in this case. But even at that, you see some of the pictures, the one before they wore the T-shirts that they had, that they weren't looking that good. I just wonder what people are thinking about. It's about girls that have been in captivity for over 3 years. Even if you're kept in the best residence in the world and you're given the best care, the moment your freedom is taken away from you, that is something huge. And people need to focus on that.
Thanks for the clarification. That had to be said. Okay, moving on. Well, it's over 1 week since the release of the 82 girls. And what has been the state of living so far?
The state of their living?
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, we're not in the position to see clearly, because we've been having some certain form of challenges with the transparency in handling what happened after they came back. Normally, when they come back, we've had 4 of such experiences. You may recall that 3 came back alone. That's 3 of our girls came back, escaped and came back on 3 occasions, 3 of them. And then there was a time 21 of them came back. So there is usually a system whereby we are able to verify and know, okay, this is who's back, this is who's not yet back, and this is, and all that. We'll not be able to have that this time. And even generally, for all 24 who are back, as a movement, we don't have access to them to know the status and all of that. So that's where it is. So that's the much we can say as a movement.
But of course, we know they're doing well. We hope so. But you guys have no clue on what's happening afterwards.
We hope so. We can't say so authoritatively that they're doing well because we can't testify. We only hope so.
So that means you don't even know like the next step of the government regarding the girls.
We don't know the next step, but we know what we are asking the government to do, which is to ensure that they are rehabilitated, they are integrated, they are resettled. We ensure they get back to school, because let's not forget, the reason why they were taken was because they were in school. They were trying to be educated. And of course, if we allow them to come back and fall through the cracks and do not get that education, then definitely the terrorists would have won.
Okay, well, going back, I'd like to say, I would have said this earlier, would like to recommend you guys for the effort you guys put in the campaign, over the years. But now that they are released, I'm sure it's like a dream come true. This is a goal that you set to achieve, and you've actually done it. And now you're not. How do you guys feel that you don't have access to the follow-ups?
Thank you very much for the kind words. Unfortunately, we say thank you. However, we have 113 chibok girls who are still in captivity. So right now, we pause for a moment to celebrate that, yes, 82 are back. Wow, that's really great. However, we have 113 reasons to keep pushing on. So right now, that's where we are. We're looking at 113 who are back. The other side of it is, it's not about us. It's not about us. So when people, it's not about us. It's not about our movement. It's not about individuals. It's about, then it was 195 Chibok girls, their parents, their families, their future. Now we have 82. We're looking at 113, and that's what matters.
Okay, I'm sure are you guys still doing your campaigns, meeting? We know that you guys were meeting on that around the Unity Fountain opposite the Transcorp Hilton Hotel. Are you guys still doing that?
We are still doing that, and we'll continue to do that until each and every one of our children girls is accounted for. Like he said, we have 113 that are out there waiting to come back home, and their families are waiting to experience joy, experience undiluted joy that comes from having a daughter that was taken away from one for over 3 years come back home. And so we'll continue to come out. At the Bring Back Our Girls movement, we have one of our slogans. We say to ourselves, when would we stop? not until our girls are back and alive, not without our daughters. So we keep going on until each and every one of them is accounted for.
Okay, let's concentrate about these ones that are here now. We know that the movement is still on.
Yes.
I know that, well, you guys have done, like I commended you guys, but then you not being able to know afterwards, like, are these girls actually rehabilitated? What is the next step? Are you taking extra measures to find out that this campaign or this thing that you guys fought for is not just going away like that? What are the measures you're taking to actually see that they are rehabilitated and reintegrated, like you said?
Well, for now, we hadn't really focused on taking that campaign to that next level. Yeah, of making sure that this ones, but quite frankly, it's something we've been considering. That no, it can't be this way. We have to find a way of actually ensuring that this is being done, and that's some of the next steps we're considering. While we don't lose focus on the 113 that we really need to be back.
Okay.
In addition to what he has just said, we did develop, even before it was 100 days of the chibok girls being in captivity, as a movement, we have started preparing for their coming back and looking at things to do. And that's the reason why we have the vast
Can you mention some of the things?
Yes, we had a vast document, verification, authentication, verification system documents, and then going on to rehabilitate them. We had met with several international organizations. We had even met with the EU when we were discussing something like the Chibok village, in ensuring that when they come back, not just they themselves be rehabilitated, but the whole family system, the girls and their families at the same time being rehabilitated. The UN and a whole lot of other international organizations were quite interested in the fact that, okay, when they come back, like I said earlier, we must ensure they get to school. Because if we just allow them fall through the cracks, then the terrorists would have won. What they wanted, the primary aim, which is to truncate the education, truncate the future of Chibok girls, they would have been able to achieve that. And that is something that we do not want. But at the same time, like he has said, for now we are not, since the government sort of like do not want us to have access to the girls, we are not focusing on that right away. But of course, we are watching, and they know we are watching, so they have to put things in place.
How does that make you feel? Sorry to cut you.
Well, for us, it doesn't make us feel anyhow.
I mean, you guys sat under the tree for many months, years.
You understand? So what we stood for was for the girls to come back, not for us to see them. As long as when we have issues, it's when the parents, the families are not allowed to see the girls, and so we have issues with that. And we fight against such happening. But for us as a movement, they don't want us to, no, because we came out to demand for girls that went to school to be rescued. That's all that matters. Okay,
well, we had some of the girls that were released in October. I mean, can you tell us about that? Those girls, like, are they properly rehabilitated, reintegrated, and are they back to school? Your sole purpose, at least let's go back. If these ones are new, let's go back to the old girls.
Well, but that's what we said earlier. We said that we've not had access to them.
Even the old ones?
We've not had access to any of them.
None.
We said earlier that 3 came back individually. They escaped, came back individually. 21 came back in one day, that's 24. We've never set our eyes on any of them. We've never had any access, we don't. So when you first asked that, are they being properly cared for, are they that, we said we hope so. Yes, we hope so.
So you guys are not doing any extra things to actually get in touch with their parents?
No,
because definitely you guys know their parents.
Yes, we do.
We do. So getting in touch with the parents is different.
Getting
with government. They are in the care of government. They are not in care of their own parents. Of course, if they were in care of their own parents, that would be a different case. We'll be out there, we'll be working towards ensuring they get the best care that they can. But right now, they are in the care of government. They are in certain places that it's unknown, which is okay for security reasons. You expect that not everybody should have access to them and all of that. But what we are saying that even their intimate families do not have access to them, and that's quite worrisome.
That's not even.
Cons are not even as their
parents don't have access to them.
That's not even the sad part. It's not even that they don't have access. They don't even know what's going on. They don't know where they are. They don't know the therapy they're going through. They don't know what stages they are. So they now ask us, and we don't know, because what we know is what is available in the media. The only difference between us and any other person is maybe because we pay more attention to it. we pay more attention to pick up every nuance.
Sorry, are you
about it.
saying all the girls that have been released, or all the girls that were released, or the
Yes,
ones who
escaped,
escaped,
everyone, 24 of them.
the 24 of them,
Yes.
their families don't have access to them. They don't know. They come back to you to ask you about their children. Is that what you're saying?
That's what we're saying in a way. Let me break it this way.
Okay.
Their families had access to them immediately. The 21 that were released, immediately they came back. The one, of course, the first one that was released, that was found,
She actually
was
escaped.
found.
Yeah.
She escaped and she was found by a civilian JTF. The first thing that they did was that they took her home, verified, ensured that you say you're from this village. She saw her mother before they even informed the military, and they brought her here. When 21, the other ones they were informed. When 21 were found, were negotiated for and brought back, the parents were brought to Abuja and they met their children. And after that, they went home December. They not to their various houses. They went to a particular place, and so parents could come in and try to get access to them a few hours and all of that. And after that, not at all, until I think about some time ago, where a group of 8 parents were allowed to come in. Even when this group of 8 parents were allowed to came in, not all the parents knew that group of 8 parents had come in. And like what the government is saying right now, it's claiming the fact that, oh, we have a set of 8 parents that came in, and then this was supposed to be done for all the other parents. But the other parents don't even know that a set of 8 parents had come in, and it will be their turn to come in. And they keep asking us.
Wow. And everybody comes back to you.
They come back to us. You know what
because
they say?
They don't know. Okay.
One thing that the parents said that I found was that they say you are the ones in Abuja, you are near government. What are they doing? And we don't have the information.
How come you guys don't have the access? Because, for example, Bring Back Our Girls campaign in Hoods, I'm coming to you.
Yes, indeed.
You say everybody's coming to you.
Yeah,
so of course the parents. So what do you have to say to them when they come?
The thing, we know what we say to them. However, the thing is, why are you coming to us? We're not the government.
Do you tell them that?
No, we don't.
Okay.
I said we know what to say to them, but we're not the government. So no, we find kind ways of relating the thing, and they get it that we don't know too. That if we know, we'll let them know.
Yeah.
So it's because when we get to know, we get to let them know, and they know that we're together in touch. So that's why next time.
Do you think there's a reason for the government trying to hide things away from you?
Well, the thing
because you are the face. You said you approached. It was the Bring Back Our Girls campaign that approached the international organizations for the rehabilitation. So everybody comes, even the families, you say, comes to you. The media comes to you. So do you think there's a reason why?
For the reason I can see, because government doesn't want to be held accountable. And they know, of course, the Bring Back Our Girls movement, we will always hold government accountable. We want transparency. We are on top of the game. We will always check out. When they say something, we'll verify. Remember, after the first person was found, Ali in Keki, there was another girl, Sarah Luca, that was brought in. And they said she's from Chibok. And as a movement, we said, no, she's not one of the Chibok girls that were taken.
That's not even it.
What is it?
When Amina Ali was released, they gave a different name. They gave a certain name. So it's our movement that said, no, that's not her name. Her name is so and so and so, and then there's a list that we use. She is number so and so and so on that list. So they now had to, her name is so and so.
But didn't the girl know? Does the girl not know her name?
She knew her name. They're the ones. So you are asking why is it that they don't want? And she's talking about transparency aspect. The other side is mediocrity and incompetence. Let's just call it what it is. How would you get somebody and you can't get their name correctly? And then they actually wanted to argue it. We said, no, there's no record anywhere that this name you're giving is somebody who is missing in the first place. There is a list that's been available in the public domain since 2015. So this is this person, she's on this number. Use this number, this on this list, confirm it anywhere you like, this is the person. So they had to correct themselves. And then the second one came, and then they said her name is so and so and so. We said, no, that person is not a Chibok girl. Maybe she is from Chibok, maybe, but she is not one of the schoolgirls we're looking for. Okay. So maybe they don't like those. But if you don't like it, it's not about you. It's not about you. It's about girls. Yes.
System.
And about getting a system right that does things properly.
Okay, before we come to that, we are focusing now on the 113 girls. So, okay, let's say the government is not giving enough transparency. They're not giving proper information about what's happening to these girls. But at least they are back.
Yes.
Thank God. So that should be, But then, how are we going to concentrate on the 113 girls? So what are you people doing about?
That's what we're doing right
We're
now.
all involved. I'm not going to
indeed.
say yeah.
Indeed, that's why when you say what are you,
No. What are we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, the same thing we've been doing. The same thing we've been doing for 3 years, and then we keep improvising little by little and doing it. For instance, the conversation we're having here.
Yeah.
If we weren't having this conversation, it could just go down there, and then we say, okay, well, it happened, life goes on. No, life doesn't go on. Those 113 lives are very precious. It could be any one of us.
Yeah.
If we value them, if we esteem them, if we show that they're precious, it means each one of us is that important. You don't have to have an important surname or have all that. If it's you, they'll now deploy a special squad to go and look for you. No. For every Nigerian, not just Nigerian, anybody in Nigeria, you don't even have to be a Nigerian. If it happened on Nigerian soil, it's our government's duty to ensure that you are protected, that your dignity is protected, that your humanity is protected, and that's exactly what we're working at.
Okay, well, do you think that your campaign actually brought forth these girls, or it helped? I know, of course, you guys created huge awareness all over the world, even international artists, and doing hashtag #BringBackOurGirls campaign. But do you think that it actually worked?
Absolutely. It just didn't work alone with the Chibok girls. It did with the atrocities that was going on in the Northeast. Before 2014, before Bring Back Our Girls movement, the world didn't even know what was happening in the Northeast. The government of the day at that time has said that, something is happening in the fringes. And so with Bring Back Our Girls coming out, brought that awareness, a whole lot of things. On the issue of IDPs, since 2014, Bring Back Our Girls movement had been advocating on the issue of IDP, even when the government wanted to deny that there were IDPs in our country. On the issue of military welfare, we were all out there. So not just bringing back our Chibok girls, even the atrocities in the Northeast was not in the front burner until Bring Back Our Girls came in. And of course, because we didn't let go. Remember, there was a time when government officials would say to us that all the girls were probably dead, they're all married off, they will not come back.
Not only government, everybody was saying that.
After 2 years of advocacy, we didn't see anyone, and we kept at it. And so because they know that there are citizens that will hold government responsible, and so government had to do the right thing. And right now, kudos, they are doing the right thing. We are glad about that.
Okay, so do you want to tell people where to meet up? I'm sure it's not only in Abuja that we have the Bring Back Our Girls campaign, but in Abuja, you guys still meet under the Unity. Do you have any problems with that?
No, we don't.
Okay, so
we meet every day, every single day, 5 p.m. Unity Fountain.
Okay.
Every day, just every day. The rain, sunshine.
Since you guys started, has anybody stopped coming?
Yeah, there's some people who stop coming.
It's a movement that is free entry, free exit.
Revolving door.
Yeah.
You come in, you go out,
when you don't want to go,
that's fine.
You want to keep
but you're sure there's somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
There will always be somebody.
during periods of Ramadan, we do it 4 to 5.
Okay.
And then usually when it's over, maybe go back to 5 o'clock. But that's generally that. But during Ramadan, we're starting at 4. And then in Lagos, we meet every day at every Saturday, 11 to 2. We meet there every week, 11 to 2 every Saturday.
Where?
At Falomo roundabout.
Ikoyi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's where we meet every day in Abuja, every Saturday. And then around the world, when we have activities, we network and have the activities in any city around the world.
Okay. Manos, you guys actually creating the awareness for all the things you said, like what is happening in the north and this whole IDPs and everything. What is Bring Back Our Girls also about? Because tomorrow, if the 113 girls come out, is the Bring Back Our Girls going to just go on this? So can you just tell us a little bit of what you guys are all about?
We've asked that
summary.
question so many times. I think for us, the Bring Back Our Girls is for, campaign for the release of Chibok girls that were abducted and all other abductees in the Northeast, those that were abducted before and after them. But in terms of whether continuing with the advocacy, no, really. It might evolve into something else. There might be members who will go on, because even right now they are doing that. We have members who have gone on to do other things, to take up other fights. For example, we have one who is working on the street children in the north, the Almajiris. We have some working with the IDPs. We have some fighting for girl child education and all of that. But as a movement, it just need to fold after all
A certain, after you've achieved the purpose.
what we want and move on. Then we might evolve into other things.
But for now, we have two institutional activities we're involved in.
Okay.
There's one called the Missing Persons Register, and then this year we started the Chibok Girls annual lecture, like it happened in April, on April 14th. So maybe subsequently after now, we'll be having the annual lectures.
What is it about?
Yeah, like this one was about discussing about girl-child education, girl-child and education. The theme this year was where the girl-child goes, there the nation goes.
Thank you guys so much. But last line before you go, well, they're already signaling me the time is up. What do you want the government to do more efforts in just a sentence? And what do you want all of us, including me, to do?
Well, for me, the government should be more transparent and should avail itself to be accountable to the people. The Nigerian state is a country. It is not one man's business.
Thank you very much.
I want the rest of us to tap into our humanity. That's the most important thing. So it's when you are at peace, I am at peace, everybody's at peace, then we create a society that we all will love. So let's work towards that.
Well, thank you so much. Well, I've been talking to Sesugh Akume. He's the spokesperson Bring Back Our Girls campaign here in Abuja. Thank you so much for your time. And Aiasha Yesufu, she's also the chairperson Bring Back Our Girls campaign, also here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Thank you so much for being part of Dateline Abuja. We're talking about the return of the Chibok girls. Well, how transparent has it been so far? It's still Dateline Abuja. Stay with me. I'll be right back. Has done their best and they're still putting more efforts to rescue the remaining girls. Well, all we can do is to be hopeful and keep working harder towards the release of the remaining 113 Chibok girls. Well, it's our responsibility to continue keeping them in our prayers. Well, just like you heard from our guests, a lot has been put in place to make sure the released girls get a normal life as much as possible. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to follow us on our social media page shown right now on your TV screen. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel showing right now on your TV screen. Till I come your way, same time, same station from Dateline Abuja, I'm Hawa Momo. Good morning.